Yes, save progress. We check the plate over and over. We should be good.
We should be good.
Yeah. Final day trial. All right, right into it. October 20th, 10 o'clock a.m. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense president presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. And Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Marissa says, is Edgeworth on edge today? You know, you could argue that he's always on edge.
You could.
Will the witness state her name and occupation?
D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Globo Studios.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. You must pontificate when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Marissa says, God damn, go in. The day of the murder.
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4 o'clock. There was a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
Marissa asks, damn, I missed why Maya is there again. I had cut on kind of quick last time. Yeah, so Maya can only call Mia for short periods of time. This is probably one of the longest times that she was able to actually call Mia, but eventually her power does run out. Then Mia has to go back to the other world, and Maya comes back here. So for the last day of the trial, it's us and Maya.
And also, whenever Maya does come back, she doesn't really know what Mia saw either.
Correct. They are two individuals for the most part. So yeah, she has no idea what Mia saw. I think in a later game they learn how to communicate with each other, but for now it's pretty much separate. Anyway, I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
Van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. Thought it might be risky to walk, but with that monkey's head toppling over.
Van added to the court record. Manila uses Van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after meeting the trailer. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
Cross-examination time. Answer all little from the press. By yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't stop in the employee area?
No.
Are you always this terse?
Yes.
Oh dear. The meeting began at 12 with sharp and ended at 4 press. Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a little bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ear.
There's me rehearsal afterwards and to City One Press. And when exactly was that?
Forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No.
The meeting ended at... Oh, actually, hold on. I just remembered something. I gotta move my camera to the left because I'm blocking the health bar again. Anyway, the meeting ended at 4 o'clock and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5 o'clock. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me press. Oh, Marissa had no idea. Oh, gee, there's a health bar. Yeah, if you make too many mistakes in the trial, your health bar goes down. And if it goes down all the way, then you fail the trial, basically.
Yeah.
Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean?
It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van.
Oh, right. We took a 15-minute break in the main press. And what were you doing during that time?
Hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops.
It was a 15-minute break. Don't hit your desk slam.
And then yeah, Mr. Wright. That's also very out of character for him to say. It kind of. Like, or it's not out of character, but he definitely lost his composure for a second there to like really nail him, and then he's like, oh. Oh, that's great. Okay, Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer press. Do you have someone who can verify this?
Oh.
No, I mean someone else?
One person is enough.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, did you find anything?
I kind of wish she'd said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere.
Okay. T-bone steaks. Let me see. Look at this real quick.
I think it might be the plate. This is the bone.
But that's the one that was at the that was the one outside of Studio 1, I think.
Yeah, but I
the
think
employee area.
we should think that's the one. We need
Okay.
to present.
All right.
We present it?
I'm gonna present it in a
Should
second.
we just save?
I'm gonna save it first, and then I'm gonna present it. Okay, that
whenever
seems to
you
be it.
present it.
Yep, I present it. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. Marissa says, ooh, that look. I'm gonna say you ate the bone too. You ate the bone too!
Nick, are you sure? I mean, I love steak. Even I don't eat the bone.
Hey, I don't eat it either. Mr. Wright, I too leave the bone. Can I try that again? I think I know how. I'm gonna say you ate a boneless steak. Elementary! You're eating a boneless steak! Mr. Wright, say you are right. What would that prove? Right, Your Honor.
Nick, remember her testimony? She said she ate a T-bone steak. It's a weird thing.
Oh,
said
yeah, they had the wrong person there, but it's okay.
It was okay.
Oh, did you already say she said bone?
No.
Okay.
Sorry
Correct.
about that. I thought I got disconnected for a moment.
Okay, I was testing you.
Sure. Nick.
Sorry, can I try that one more time? Marissa said the judge is not amused at all. Nah.
No.
Alright, so now I'm gonna say you didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? I'm gonna say picking on Sal Manella. She was picking on Mr. Manella. Mr. Wright, sometimes this court finds it hard to tell whether you are joking or being serious. Oh? I would prefer it if you remained serious. Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright! Isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright?
Let him claim what he wants. Say I did it?
Yes.
Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be boring as all the rest. Very well. Let's have a battle of wits. You and I.
Any day, Vasquez.
Look, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes. The samurai spear.
Yes?
As you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Oh.
I'm saving real quick because I want to do some wrong answers on purpose.
Hold on.
So the wrong answer is, I think you could, so I'm going to say that first. It's not impossible. Well, maybe it's not impossible, but...
Silence. I'm speaking. Poor Edgeworth. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front. Yes. I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. No, the steel samurai costume is quite light and mobile compared to the victim, and weaker and slower. Couldn't possibly win such a fight. To mention, there is proof I did not have the spear. Photograph of the steel samurai shows that the victim himself was holding it. Do you mean to suggest that I could have wrested it away from him?
Yeah, take that, Wright. If you still think she did it, show us proof.
Nick, look at the data we have on that samurai spear in the court record. Isn't there something in there that gets to you?
Something odd about the samurai spear? Wait! Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim. Very well, I won't hold you to your claim, but I'm afraid I will have to penalize you. What's this? You're taking back your claim? Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go back because I think we're going progress now. The samurai spear. Yeah, let me load.
Okay.
I wonder what happens if you say, I don't know. I'm going to say that real quick. I don't know. You don't know? What kind of a lawyer are you?
Quiet. I'm speaking. You don't know? Of a lawyer.
I don't know whether you could have fought with the samurai spear. However, that has no bearing on this case. Oh, so that's an alternate right answer. The samurai spear is not the murder weapon.
What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Oh, the break in the shaft has been mended. I think that's the evidence we need.
Which one?
The spear itself. I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence. The one testifying here, and I will be heard. You quite sane?
This is you.
Oh no. Oh, are you quite sane? Oh, are you even aware of what you're saying? I didn't even see the character thing. I just saw it panned over to Phoenix. I was like, oh, it's Phoenix line.
Yeah.
The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. Then pray tell what was. I was Hammer killed.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can't tell you. I'm gonna say it because there doesn't look like there's a health bar there. Of course I can. Of course? Candy antics, Wright. I have to agree, Mr. Wright. At least pretend that you think you might know. Note to self, think before speaking. Marissa says, her sharp attitude, that's what stabbed him. Tough crowd. Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. There it is, the photo. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all this about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident in Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you sane? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die 5 years ago! Precisely. Ironic, isn't it?
Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. Use a man like you on my script writing staff.
You deny that what I say is true?
Mr. Wright, say, for the sake of argument, that Mr. Hammer died at the trailer as you say. The body was found at Studio 1, was it not? In the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1? Returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body?
The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jackhammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? I'm gonna say I bet she could move it. That's not the right answer, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You'd be surprised. I bet she could do it. When people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things. Mr. Wright, this is not an episode of That's Incredible. If you claim she did everything in 15 minutes, let me guess, show me proof. Correct, show me proof. How am I supposed to do that? Marissa says, yes, there was, Your Honor. Then I won't have you making unsubstantiated claims. Wait a second, how does he know what I'm thinking? Huh. I need to only look at the cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to reconsider your claim. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? I'm going to say she couldn't deal with it. 15 minutes is kind of a short amount of time.
See? Even I cannot do the impossible. Therefore, Mr. Wright, I didn't do it. Agreed?
Not agreed. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands?
For instance?
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. I know that one. It's the van that she had Sal use. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards. We went to Studio 1. It was fatigue, so I had Sal take me. There's a van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? I know he was. I don't think he was, but I'm going to say of course he was anyway. Of course, Sal Manella has to be a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Mr. Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? Marissa says, throw Sal in jail. Honestly, I think it will be safer if he's in jail. You know, it probably would.
Probably would. No need. Smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It's fun.
I win? Wait, he was a conspirator? I don't remember that.
It could go both ways, I think.
Marissa says, I swear, right, because I think she put a typo. So, what happens next? Don't, me. Don't you have anything to say?
Would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost? Something like that.
You just said that.
Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer.
Can say.
Huh?
No, did I get disconnected?
I think so.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're back. I hear you.
Okay. I read my line, so then I'm on the screen as Phoenix said, huh?
Are you? She says, "Are you sure I did?" Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Mr. Wright.
You're right. We just engaged in a battle of wits. The result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But it is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. Lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What? What? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, that's the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure.
Oh, came here as a witness today. You've no more questions. I'll be leaving.
What do I do now? I'm gonna say testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again?
When to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. Truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What happened if I said it again? Could ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time.
Damn! To come so far only to fail. As it seems, there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Objection! Edgeworth objected! Yo! I love this part! Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very... It was such a cool moment, but he had nothing!
Another!
Wait! He objected again. Your Honor! I request that the witness testify again.
You are the prosecutor, are you not? Are you badgering me and your witness?
Marissa says, "Yo, what, Edgeworth?" I just want to hear.
You'll find out why, I think.
I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say. Ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. Edgeworth is the best.
After they found the body?
Yeah, after they found the body. Very well.
Very well.
The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Did Edgeworth?
Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But isn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that?
Edgeworth. Marissa says, honestly, just this part made me love Edgeworth. So goofy. Yeah, this is a great Edgeworth.
Wait till you hear his ringtone.
What was his ringtone?
Isn't it the Steel Samurai?
No, that's not Edgeworth's ringtone.
He has some similar ringtone, I think.
I think so. Anyway, after finding the body.
I was with Sal and Oldback, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. We immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Security lady, Oldback, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. He asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Hey Nick, we're close, real close. You may be acting tough now. You put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. And the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. After finding the body. I was with Sal and Oldback, the security lady, when we found the body. Press. What time was that?
We were to meet at 5 o'clock for the rehearsal. Well, I'd say it was then.
When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio?
About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you.
I'm gonna say back off for a second. I better leave this one be. I'm sure she'd see through anything I could throw at her anyway. There too, only Powers was absent. Press. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct?
So he says.
Did no one go to call him? Remember what?
There was a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm.
You certainly seem calm enough when I accuse you of murder. Back off. I'll hold off. She'd just blow off anything I had to say anyway. And then called the police and Powers should have pressed. What was everyone else doing at that time?
No one said a thing. It was silent. Completely silent. There until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey Nick. Is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Okay, the security Oldbag was pointing at Powers saying he didn't press. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it?
She said because she saw him going toward the studio.
Right. The Steel Samurai. Back off. I'll hold back now, I think. I think she's already anticipated anything I could throw at her. Asked to be left out of the proceedings. Press. You asked to be left out?
Yes. Seems that everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
Hopefully, the studio thinks otherwise. We're nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There's no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us.
Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Back to the trailer and get my script and direction notes pressed. The script and your direction notes?
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. Back up. Okay. Then I went home. Press. So you weren't questioned?
That's correct. Find these things. It's tasteful.
Back up. I'm gonna go back to all the old statements.
I have to find something to peg this on her here. Everything we've done till now will have been wasted. Believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
Alright, back to statement 1. I'm gonna press, but this time I'll press farther.
Okay. So you just want to go ahead and get to the
decision. I would say press
okay.
harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio?
weren't there yet.
Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help.
Oh? What did I just say? I did not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes. Should have tried to listen to what people are saying, boy.
Boy? The witness will continue her testimony. Alright, second statement. Press here. Gonna skip to the decision. Sigh. Press harder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around?
The other way around?
You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez?
Logically speaking, perhaps. No one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. No? Without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. He often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing.
Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. What was the next statement that had a decision? Was this the old bag statement? He did it? I'm gonna try there to see if the decision comes up. If not, I'll move on to the next
think
statement.
So.
Alright, there is one, yeah. Right, this is I'm gonna press harder here. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word?
Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact.
That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera.
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use. Actually left out of the proceedings. I'm gonna check because I don't know if this one had a statement or a decision.
Covered up for you.
Okay, this one had nothing. Okay, I went back to this trailer to get my script and directionals pressed. Okay, skipping forward a little bit. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why?
It was a murder, after all. Could think of rehearsing after that.
Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor! I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh?
Edgeworth!
Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Edgeworth saved us! Yeah! Even Phoenix didn't catch that one. Order! Order!
No!
Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
The prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? Matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. You can read this one because this is a new statement.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind.
Okay, press. How did you know about the injury?
How did I know? Sal told me.
Sal, the director?
I have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
Ooh.
This is the court record.
Yeah, I'll check the court record in a second. Prep. This is a tough one. She knew that he was injured. Sal told her? Is that what she said?
Yeah, he said that Sal told her.
He's dragging one leg. Wait, hold on. Wait, she said that Hammer was injured!
Yeah, she said that Hammer was injured, but...
Hammer didn't get an injured! I'm presenting the photo. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers!
What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez! I'm gonna say you heard Mr. Manella wrong. You must have heard Mr. Manella wrong. Even though he said Mr. Power was injured. You thought he was talking about Mr. Hammer.
Now that you mention it. Yes, I believe you're right. I'm sure that's what happened.
Yeah!
Nick, you're supposed to be putting her on the spot, not helping her out.
Oh, right. I kind of talked myself out of that one, didn't I?
Nick, start over.
Miss
This is
Vasquez!
not how trials work.
Yeah. You saw Mr. Hammer. You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when was he doing this? Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. And went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly! Miss Vasquez! You met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping! And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order! Order! I will have order! Witness. Can you refute this claim? Are you there? Hello? Uh-oh. Let me see.
Back?
Yes, you're back.
Back. Okay. Where are we now?
He asked, can you refute this claim? Edgeworth asks, can you refute this claim?
Okay, let me get to there. Order, order. I will have order. Witness. Okay.
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez.
Very well. I have a question for you.
Why are the real killers always so persistent?
Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? He'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can't prove it.
Nick, no! Saying you can't prove it now would be admitting defeat. She'll get away.
But what proof could I possibly have?
I don't care if it's impossible, you still have to fight this one.
Okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. Was it the photo? I'm gonna present the photo. This is my proof.
It'll be the 5-year photo.
Yep.
I think it's the photo.
This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. They're professionals, too.
Yeah. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She had no motive. Because evidence, I think, would be wasted time at this point.
Yeah.
She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs, in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. Ooh, the Steel Samurai thing. What? What? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged with Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then, Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So, you did do it, didn't you?
Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Come on, call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late.
Ah, Miss Vasquez! What? What happened here?
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel!
Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
Oh, no. How could this?
It was an accident. I think this one's you.
Oh, Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... Oh, Manuel!
Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez!
No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright, Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Look at this team up that saves him. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. I don't know what to say.
Burgers? Burgers? Are we going?
Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Oh, hold on, let me save, because I want to do this right. Show evidence. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... You think this is the path to glory?
I think so.
I'm gonna try that. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once. But he was reduced to acting in a kid's show, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back onto that sweaty costume, man. Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Ah! Nick, Edgeworth!
Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Eat again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? Are you there?
What? Friends? As if. Oh, did you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Aww. Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something here? Come on, Nick. Tell me. To deal with you and Edgeworth.
And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again.
new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world's ready for the real Will Powers. The end. Alright. We did it! Case 3 is concluded. Turnabout Samurai. So that brings us to Case 4. A brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
But it does.
That it does. Alright. Well, with that, yeah, we finally did it. And, I actually really enjoy the third case. Especially how the twists and turns it take. The main thing I like is because at the very end, like, Edgeworth actually, like, helps, which shows that he's not a complete, you know, because you're meant to assume that he's just, like, only out to get the guilty verdicts, and then he's not really a good person. But then he realized that he's doing wrong, so he helped Phoenix, and it's a really good moment. And that's going to play into the fourth case, which, you know, we don't have a specific day in which that's coming right now, because our next 2 Fridays are going to be kind of busy. We got our... I'll just go ahead and tell you guys right now, in case you don't already know. We have our Among Us charity tournament this Friday from 7 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be myself, Christy, and several other associates of the website and friends coming together to play Among Us and raise money for Asian and Pacific Islanders in the... what's it called again?
The Asian Mental Health Collective.
Yep, so you can tune in this Friday for that. And then the Friday after that...
Fun.
The Friday after that, Christy is going to be away with family, and so I'm going to, tentatively speaking, I'm thinking about doing a launch stream of World's End Club. I still haven't played the demo, so that could change if I end up not liking the demo. But if I do, then yes, I'll be doing a launch stream of World's End Club that Friday. So stay tuned to our social media, because whenever we get another chance to do some more Ace Attorney and start Case 4, we will 100% do that, because, you know, Case 4 is technically the last case of this game. There is also a fifth case in this game, but it was added to like later versions of this game. So technically, episode 4 is the finale, and episode 5 is like a second ending, I guess you could say. The best way to think of it is like DLC, because that's kind of the best way to describe it. But yeah. Ooh, Sterling is here. Says I'm going to be a stream this Friday. Yes, Sterling is going to be there as well. It is going to be a great time for all.
Fun.
But yeah,
it'll be great.
As far as this week is concerned, tomorrow, that is to say Monday, at currently 7 p.m., myself, I'm going to be joined by Wesley LeBlanc, and we're going to be doing Super Metro and Wild Guns for our newest episode of HP Critical Does It Hold Up. This Wednesday at 6 p.m., I'm going to be playing some more Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and starting episode 3. And I guess that's pretty much all I have to announce right now. Do not know what's going on next Sunday, but we shall see. But anyways... If you did enjoy this stream, check out our website, hpcritical.com. We have many articles written by writers like myself and Christy and many more available on gaming and other topics like movies, shows, anime, books, and more. And our site does get updated daily, so definitely check every day for some new articles from us. And while you're on the website, you can sign up for a newsletter there, and that'll give you monthly emails and our top-rated articles. You'll get stream schedules, you'll get podcast information, info on upcoming tournaments or play sessions like our Among Us play session this Friday, Patreon info, and every newsletter, I think, is about Patreon supporters as well. So on that note, there's 3 different ways you can support us. First way is at Patreon. You can support us at patreon.com/hpcritical. If you support us there, every month you'll get goodies like bracelets and stickers. You can have say in future streams we do, and even have spots on our weekly podcast as well. The second way you can support us is while you're on the website, HP Critical, you can check out our merchandise store. That will have all kind of cool stuff from like shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, blankets, pillows, and much, much more, all in wonderful different colors that you can pick from. So go ahead and check it out. Catch yourself some merch today. And the third way is if you have an Amazon Prime account or a Twitch Prime account and you haven't used your free subscription yet, maybe consider using it on us, and that helps us out a lot. We do appreciate that. Yeah, so also stay up to our social media, so that'll tell you about, all the new articles that we put out, pictures, posts, and of course, It'll let you keep track on every single stream we're doing, including whenever we can actually start up episode 4 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, which, trust me, we want to do that as soon as possible. It's just a matter of when our schedules align. So just stay up to date on our social media to know about that. We're on Instagram at HP Critical Gaming, Facebook at HP Critical, and our Twitter handle, where you'll get the most up-to-date information from us, is at critical_HP. And while you're on Twitter, you can also follow me. I'm at Mr. Louis on Twitter. Christy, where can they follow you?
You can follow me at RubyAmber5. All one word.
All one word. Yes. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the finale of Case 3. We hope to see you again for whenever we start Case 4 and all our other wonderful streams that we're doing as well. But until next time, good night, everyone. Take care. Bye.